Print Review, Print Speaking to the Blind, celebrating 40 years of audio newspaper production. Welcome to this week's edition of the Kirkintilloch Herald podcast, recorded at the Bishopbriggs Media Centre by our amazing volunteers. You can get in touch with us via Facebook, Twitter or Instagram using @QAndReview. That is @CUEANDREVIEW. You can also contact us directly by emailing information@QAndReview.com. That is INFORMATION @CUEANDREVIEW.com, or by calling 0141 772 3976. That's 0141 772 3976.
This week's podcast, date Wednesday the 10th of July 2024, is read to you by volunteers Corey, Hunter, Ian and Philip. Lib Dem and Labour wins. New Labour MP Katrina Murray has vowed to work tirelessly for the people of Cumbernauld and Kirkintilloch after her victory in the general election. As Labour swept to power at Westminster, Katrina was keen to pay tribute to those who had supported her locally and also acknowledge the work of former SNP MP Stuart MacDonald. In mid-Dumbartonshire, it was Susan Murray who came out on top, one of a number of Liberal Democrat candidates to be elected as the party made gains across the country. Her success was warmly welcomed by the delighted Scottish Liberal Democrat leader Alex Cole-Hamilton, who said the party had made a huge leap forward. Katrina, a Unison trade unionist representing workers in NHS Lanarkshire, won the Cumbernauld and Kirkintilloch seat with 18,513 votes, topping the poll ahead of Stuart MacDonald, SNP, on 14,369 votes. In third place was Billy Ross of Reform UK, back on 3,167 votes. Commenting on social media following her victory, Katrina said, "I consider my election as the Member of Parliament for Cumbernauld and Kirkintilloch to be the greatest privilege of my life, and I am humbled by the number of people who have put their trust in me and Scottish Labour, either for the first time in many years or for the first time ever. I place my thanks to Stuart MacDonald for serving the communities of Cumbernauld, Kilsyth and Kirkintilloch East with decency and integrity for the last 9 years. I wish him all the best for what comes next in his life. Our country has a long journey ahead to get to its future back. I will work tirelessly for all of my constituents and will keep being as visible and present for you as we have been throughout the campaign. It has been a pleasure to speak to thousands across our communities and, importantly, to listen to your hopes and your fears. I am looking forward to getting on with the job that you have sent me to Westminster to do." Meanwhile, the poll in mid-Dumbartonshire saw Susan Murray secure 22,349 votes, well ahead of second place at the SNP's Amy Callaghan, who had represented the previous constituency of East Dumbartonshire since 2019, on 12,676. Labour's Lorna Dougal was third on 10,993. Susan is a councillor for Kirkintilloch East and North and Twaker, and has gained a reputation as a strong, local and hard-working campaigner for the local area. A successful businesswoman, Susan's understanding of life in the real world and her experience of getting things done as an East Dumbartonshire councillor to deliver on the issues that matter most to residents were among the reasons she was chosen to stand for the Liberal Democrats. And the party's Scottish leader Alex Cole-Hamilton was delighted to see their faith in Susan pay dividends. He said, "Susan Murray will be the finest local champion for mid-Dumbartonshire." And he went on, "We've shown that in huge swathes of Scotland we are the ones who can beat the nationalists, deliver the change our country needs, and build the fairer future our country deserves." Election results: Cumbernauld and Kirkintilloch. Katrina Murray, Scottish Labour, 18,513. Stuart MacDonald, SNP, 14,369. Billy Ross, Reform UK, 3,167. Satpir Kaur Gill, Scottish Conservative and Unionist, 1,939. Anne McCrossan, Scottish Greens, 1,694. Adam Harley, Scottish Liberal Democrats, 1,294. Turnout, 58.49%. Mid Dumbartonshire, Susan Murray, Scottish Liberal Democrats, 22,349. Amy Callaghan, SNP, 12,676. Lorna Dougal, Scottish Labour, 10,993. Alex Matheson, Scottish Conservative and Unionist, 2,452. David McNabb, Reform UK, 2,099. Caroline Scringemoor, Scottish Greens, 1,720. Ray James, Alba, 449. Turnout, 71.8%.
Spikes in demand at A&E as recorded by Hunter MacDonald. People are being urged to use alternatives to accident and emergency A&E after recent spikes in demand at weekends and on Mondays throughout the Greater Glasgow and Clyde area. The first Monday of July saw demand 15% higher than usual, resulting in significantly longer waits. Dr Scott Davidson, Deputy Medical Director for NHS Greater Glasgow and Clyde, said, "We understand A&E is the first place many people think of going when they get injured or feel unwell over a weekend. However, unless it's very urgent or life-threatening, they will most likely be treated quicker if they seek another pathway more suited to their needs. An example might be to call NHS 24 on 111 for a minor injury such as an ankle sprain, cut and broken wrist. You'll either receive advice on how to treat the injury at home through our virtual A&E service, or you may be provided with an appointment time for you to attend a minor injuries clinic. Any waiting is done in the comfort of your own home rather than a busy waiting room. NHS Greater Glasgow and Clyde is therefore asking the public to remember the ABC approach to care. Ask yourself, do I need to go out? For information on keeping yourself well and treating minor illnesses or injuries, go to NHS Inform or download the NHS 24 app. Be aware, there is help for many conditions right on your doorstep. Your local GP, pharmacy, dentist or optician offer a range of services. Call 111. If it's urgent or you're not sure, call NHS 24 on 111. They'll make sure you get the help you need. Housing for Old School site. Early details of intentions to build a major housing development in Bishopbriggs have been published. East Dumbartonshire Council has published a proposal of application notice, PAN, on its website, signalling plans for 67 units of social housing to be built on the site of the former Auchinnairn Primary School in Beach Road. A PAN is a stage in the planning process that developers must complete prior to applying for full planning permission to proceed with a major development, at least 12 weeks in advance of the actual application. The Council will use this time to guide how public consultation should be conducted, possibly identifying specific groups or individuals to contact. Once this is in place and the full planning application has been made, the Council will welcome comments before determining whether planning permission should be granted.
New Morrison's now open. Customers were welcomed as the brand new Morrison's supermarket in Bishopbriggs opened its doors for the first time last Thursday, July the 4th. The opening of the redeveloped store on Kirkintilloch Road comes 2 years after the old Morrison's store on the same site was closed and knocked down. It has also resulted in the creation of 130 jobs in full and part-time roles. Paige O'Donnell, Morrison's Bishopbriggs store manager, said, "We know the residents of Bishopbriggs have been eagerly anticipating the reopening of this new store. They have now got a brand new Morrison's store with skilled food making at the heart of it and plenty of useful services. We hope customers will love this new store and look forward to welcoming them." The new store is 6,000 square feet larger than the old one, meaning that, as well as a carefully tailored mix of Morrison's own brand products and branded favourites, the new store has a large home and leisure range, a wider selection of nutmeg clothing, an 100+ seat cafe, and a new market kitchen experience where freshly made meals are created by a team of in-store chefs. The store will also feature Morrison's popular Market Street counters, with colleagues available to offer advice on Morrison's meat, fish, bakery, deli and salad bar range. Other key features in the store include the return of the pharmacy to the main store, Morrison's The Best range, which offers a little bit of luxury, a pizza oven offering hot, freshly made pizzas on the go, and a wide selection of free-from products. The new market kitchen means customers in Bishopbriggs will be able to have their breakfast, lunch or evening meal freshly made to order using seasonal ingredients. Customers can opt to eat in or pick up their food to go. The menu includes a choice of wraps, including breakfast options, a selection of pies, jacket potatoes, toasties, rice bowls, hot pizzas and burgers. As well as the market kitchen experience, the newly renovated store also has a new Morrison's cafe. Skye takes on zipslide challenge. A 10-year-old daredevil is taking on a zipslide challenge across the River Clyde for an East Dunbartonshire charity. Carers Link's biggest annual challenge is back on Friday, September the 6th, and thrill seekers are invited to take up this 1,245-foot long adrenaline-charged challenge. Skye Shields has already signed up and raised £960 so far. She's asking the community to help unpaid young and adult carers by joining her or sponsoring her. Open to all daredevils from age 10 upwards, zip sliders will launch off a 100-foot high crane next to the Glasgow Riverside Museum, raising much needed funds for Carers Link East Dunbartonshire. For 20 years, Milngavie-based Carers Link has been dedicated to providing a range of crucial services, including information and one-to-one support, to practical advice and wellbeing groups for young and adult carers who live or care in the East Dunbartonshire area. The charity has assisted over 6,600 carers, including over 6,000 adult carers and 564 young carers over the years. Working closely with East Dunbartonshire schools, the charity also offers invaluable help to young carers aged from 8 to 25, with core services that include emotional support, well-being, information and advocacy, holiday breaks, and activities. Skye's mum Nicola Shields said, "Carers Link supports and encourages carers of all ages, providing information, advocacy, courses, groups and a listening ear when it is needed." Skye has received a lot of support and love as a young carer at a time in her life that she also found so difficult to process. Funds raised will enable Carers Link to help carers in their caring role and to have a life alongside. We are so proud of Skye for taking part in this year's fundraiser. Thank you for all donations so far. Jennifer Rowe, Chief Executive Officer of Carers Link East Dunbartonshire, added, "A huge thank you to Skye and all our zipsliders that have signed up so far. We have a few places left, so it's time to snap up yours as they're going fast. Sign up to Zipslide the Clyde at www.carerslink.org events.uk/zipslide-the-Clyde, or sponsor Sky at www.justgiving.com. And that article was read by me, Ian McKenna.
Taxi contract for ASN pupils. Taxi operators have been given the opportunity to bid for a contract to provide transport for additional support needs pupils and social work clients in Eastern Bartonshire. The Council has advertised a renewable 3-year contract for home-to-destination transport across the authority area and is advertising bids from suitable companies. Interested parties must be fully licensed taxi and transport operators in Eastern Bartonshire, and additionally all drivers and escorts must hold current Disclosure Scotland certification. The contract would be subject to requirements of service users on a need-by-need basis. There is potential for ad hoc or additional runs to be added over the course of the contract. Any renewals in this contract will be subject to the requirements of service users. The window to bid for the contract will remain open until July the 15th.
Site Manager Scoops Award. A Callahome's project manager working at the Weavers' Brae development in Kirkintilloch has been awarded a prestigious Pride in the Job Quality Award from the National Home Building Council, NHBC. It's the first time Lewis Miller has received the award, having previously been part of 3 award-winning sites as an assistant site manager. Lewis will now go on to the next stage of the awards, the Seal of Excellence, where regional winners have the opportunity to win the National Supreme Award title. The annual awards, run by the NHBC and launched more than 40 years ago, celebrate outstanding work and commitment to ensuring the highest quality in house building. It is one of the most highly regarded accolades in the sector. Lewis said, I'm incredibly honoured to have won this prestigious award, especially as I am nominated alongside fellow Calla colleagues. However, I couldn't do my day-to-day job without my fantastic team, which includes Kieran Lewis, Kel Conroy and John Donnelly. It's been a pleasure to lead the site team at Weavers' Brae. I'm really proud of how the site has progressed since we first launched earlier this year. Ian Conway, Managing Director of Calla Homes West, said, I am incredibly proud of Lewis and his well-deserved win. Winning this award is testament to Lewis's hard work and dedication, which we believe all of our teams put into building the finest quality homes for our customers.
Fish and Chip Shop Awards. The search is on to find the next set of champion fish and chip shops as the National Fish and Chip Awards 2025 have been launched. The National Federation of Fish Fryers, NFFF, is hoping to find the greatest takeaways and restaurants from the UK and overseas. With 13 categories to enter, including Takeaway of the Year, Restaurant of the Year, Dry White Young Fish Fryer of the Year and Employee of the Year, there is plenty of opportunity for the UK's 10,000 plus chip shops and international counterparts to go for gold by entering at https://thefishandchipawards.com. Andrew Cook, NFFF President, said, While this is a trade award, the public is at heart of what we do as food service operators, so we'd like to call on the help of customers and ask people to encourage their favourite chip shop to take part. The awards ceremony will take place in February.
Best Burger Champions. Pupils from Kirkintilloch High School have emerged victorious in the Best Burger Challenge, a contest designed to inspire students to reformulate classic burgers into healthier and innovative versions using Scotch red meat. The winning Sandman Burger was developed by Adam Soliman and Elisha Hoswell and captivated judges with its exotic Moroccan-inspired flavours and commitment to health-conscious ingredients. The Sandman burger features Scotch beef infused with aromatic spices such as cumin and coriander, and the people sealed the burger in a frying pan before grilling it to meet the dietary goal of reducing total fat intake. The challenge, developed by Food and Drink Federation Scotland, FDF Scotland, and Quality Meat Scotland, QMS, attracted many entries from across Scotland from pupils aged 11 to 15. Gordon Findlater and Alison Bankier, QMS cookery demonstrators, led the judging panel alongside OMS's Health and Education Coordinator Tracy Martin and Food and Drink Federation, FDF, Scotland Skills Manager Moira Stalker. The Sandman burger was praised for its bold creativity, unique flavour profile, and adherence to the Scottish dietary goals. Tracy said, "The winning creation was chosen for its exotic flavours, but also because the pupils, Adam and Elisha, worked hard to reformulate their ingredients to ensure that the burger was using healthy cooking methods and ingredients alongside their Scotch beef. It's great to highlight to pupils how red meat can be consumed as part of a healthy, balanced diet." Susan Miller, their teacher, commented, "Adam and Elisha's dedication to creativity were exceptional. The Make It With Meat resources provided an excellent framework for teaching, and the competition itself was a fantastic opportunity for the pupils to explore food reformulation and product development. As a reward for their innovation and hard work, the students were treated to a class trip to the Royal Highland Show where they received their certificates and prizes." Elisha and Adam said, "We're really happy to win the QMS Better Burger competition and enjoyed taking the part in developing our own product." Nature Calls campaign. Bin wipes to stop blockages. Scottish Water's sewer response teams, who clear about 36,000 blockages per year across the country, are adopting a bold new tactic to urge customers to bin the wipes that cause them. To highlight the scale and nature of the problem caused by people wrongly flushing wipes down toilets, the company's fleet of sewer response teams will be equipped with new signage about their work. They will display it before leaving a street with a stencil on a pavement saying, "Another blockage cleared. Flushing wipes blocks pipes. Bin the wipes." Scottish Water clears about 100 blockages per day, and wipes are found in 80% of them. It costs about £216 to clear an individual blockage, and about £23,000 per day to attend to them across Scotland. Gary Kirkwood, Scottish Water Customer Manager Sewer Response, said, "To some, the street stencils might be regarded as graffiti, but they are temporary and convey a very important message. The real damage is happening below the surface, and it is this which we are highlighting with the stencils. They use environmentally friendly chalk-based paint that weathers and washes away naturally in around 6 weeks, and, for safety reasons, they will be placed only on pavements and not roads. We will use them whenever our sewage response teams attend to clear a blockage. The utility firm is calling on people to dispose of wipes in the bin, along with other bathroom items such as period products and cotton buds, and to flush only 3 P's down the toilet: pee, poo and toilet paper." The new signage and street stencils, which are part of Scottish Water's ongoing Nature Calls campaign designed to encourage people to help prevent blockages, which can cause flooding of properties and pollution, will be used across the country at every blockage that the company attends to encourage people to follow its advice and bin the wipes. This will include visiting towns which are hotspot areas for blockages, where Scottish Water's community engagement teams will also lay down street stencils and display posters, and host a stall in a local supermarket where the community can discuss the issue of blocked sewer pipes and how we can all change our behaviour to prevent them. Gary added, "The towns that our community engagement teams attend have been selected because they all have a high number of sewer blockages for their population size. We hope the signage and stencils have a lasting impact wherever they are used." The company has already visited Peebles, Galashiels and Hoyk, and is planning to visit Fort William, Thurso, Wick and Allness in September. It will also give away free products to aid behaviour change, including reusable wipes, small bathroom bins and gunk pots for kitchen to dispose of fats, oils and grease. Wipes banned. The UK is set to ban wet wipes containing plastic to help the environment. New legislation will be brought forward across all 4 nations and is expected to be ready in Scotland by the end of 2024, with the ban taking effect 18 months later in mid-2026. Public support for the ban was demonstrated through Scottish Water customer analysis of its Nature Calls campaign and Scottish Government consultation, with 95% of people agreeing that wet wipes made with plastic should be banned. Over 3,000 customers signed Scottish Water's call for a ban, along with various stakeholders including the Marine Conservation Society and Zero Waste Scotland. Nicola's Holiday Island gluten-free restaurant. It's small and unassuming to look at, but it's a special little place as it's Lanzarotte's only 100% gluten-free restaurant. Opened by Nicola Thomas, originally from Bishopbriggs where she spent 48 years, and her husband Mike, this little bistro has already become a little oasis for celiacs and gluten-intolerant people who visit or live on the popular Canary Island. We've been overwhelmed by the support we've received in the short term we've been opened, said Nicola, who has now been running the business for 6 months. We've so far hosted visitors from a surprisingly large amount of countries, but it's always wonderful to hear the familiar accents we get when we get people here from Scotland. Celiac disease affects around 1 in 100 of the British population. It is a serious illness where the body's immune system attacks its own tissues when gluten is eaten. This causes damage to the lining of the gut and means the body can't properly absorb nutrients from food. Celiac disease is not an allergy or food intolerance. Gluten can be found in a surprisingly large amount of products, from bread and pasta to ground pepper, and can be extremely harmful and far-reaching. That can pose difficulties for people with celiac disease, but when they are on holiday, Nicola is keen to ensure they can enjoy a proper culinary experience. When people are on holiday, they sample Spanish/Canarian style dishes, she said. This is why we decided on offering a Spanish style tapas menu, as well as firm favourites such as burgers and salads. Located in the popular holiday resort of Puerto del Carmen, less than 15 minutes drive from Cesar Manrique Airport, formerly Arrecife Airport. Their restaurant Viva Libre is Nicola and Mike's first business venture. It's obviously a big challenge opening your first ever business in your late 40s, but as someone who struggles with being gluten intolerant, we knew that there was a massive gap in the market which needed filling, said Nicola. Although there are some great places locally with good knowledge of celiac disease, I was personally aware of how essential a fully gluten-free place was for the island.
Family announcements. Deaths. Forrest Isabel. Peacefully at home on Sunday, June 23rd, 2024. Isabel, beloved wife of the late John, much loved mother of Arlene and Martin, and a loving grandmother to Hannah and Jonathan. Fortified by the rites of the Holy Catholic Church, RIP, reception and vigil to take place at St. Paul's RC Church, Milton of Campsie, on Sunday, July 14th at 4:30 p.m. Funeral Mass on Monday, July 15th at 10 a.m. and thereafter to Campsie Cemetery at 11:15 a.m. Acknowledgements. Henderson, Alan. Elizabeth and family would like to thank all family and friends for cards, flowers and sympathy shown to Reverend Mark Johnson for an uplifting service. Great comfort was taken from the doctors and staff at the Turret Medical Centre, district nurses and all carers involved during this sad time. Heartfelt thanks to J&D Lawson, funeral directors, for all their services,
and for all the generous donations received in favour of Chest, Heart and Stroke Scotland.
Training programme to promote food tourism. Scotland Food and Drink has announced the launch of a pilot training programme designed to enhance bookable tourism experiences for food and drink businesses nationwide. The organisation for the nation's food and drink industry is seeking to recruit 50 food and drink businesses to take part in the pilot. It is designed to address the challenges faced by Scottish producers in making their experiences easily discoverable and bookable for international and domestic tourists. Successful applicants will pay just £75 for £2,500 worth of training and mentoring support. Applications are open until July 31st, with the programme scheduled to start in August and run until March next year. Participants can expect a range of tailored training activities, including online workshops, personalised mentoring, and expert-led masterclasses in food tourism. Led by Scotland Food and Drink on behalf of the Food Tourism Leadership Group, which includes Visit Scotland, the Scottish Government, and the Scottish Tourism Alliance, the programme builds on insights from the National Tourism Organisation Scotland Visitor Survey 2023. It revealed that nearly half, 46% of visitors engaged in food and drink activities during their stay, with nearly a fifth, 19% of long-haul travellers specifically choosing Scotland for its culinary offerings. Businesses will receive dedicated support from advisors to strengthen their online presence and attract the increasing number of tourists visiting Scotland. Fiona Richmond, Scotland Food and Drink Head of Regional Food, said, "This programme offers businesses an opportunity to improve their offerings, reach new audiences and benefit from networking opportunities." Malcolm Roughhead, Visit Scotland Chief Executive, added, "Scotland's food and drink is an integral part of our tourism experience and they are increasingly sought after by visitors. This presents a significant opportunity for businesses to capitalise on the rising demand." For more or to apply, visit www.foodanddrink.scot/helping-food-drink-experiences/growth/Scotland's-food-drink-programme. Wednesday the 10th of July. From the Kirkintilloch and Bishopbriggs Herald, letters page. Let's talk. Please send your letters via email to kirkysherald@jnscotland.co.uk. That's KIRKYHERALD @JNScotland.co.uk and write letters in the subject field. Please keep letters to a maximum of 300 words. Letters cannot be published without a name and postal address. Also include a daytime phone number if possible. We reserve the right to edit any letter. Save our green space. Sir, why is Eastern Bartonshire Council planning to build on Whitegates Park and destroy our valuable green space? I have been reading the University of Leeds A Brief Guide to the Benefits of Green Spaces, and I cannot understand why Eastern Bartonshire Council have made this decision. Urban green space provides multiple benefits to people and a vital habitat for wildlife. They improve physical fitness and mental health, improve air quality and limit the impact of heat waves. Green space captures and stores carbon, helping to offset climate change, and reduces flooding by absorbing heavy rainfalls. Especially important in Scotland, where we are predicted to get wetter winters and rainfall will be greater, leading to flooding. Michelle Frost, UN Special Reporter on Environmental Defenders under Our House Convention, on his mission to the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, January 2024 said, We are in the midst of a triple planetary crisis of climate change, biodiversity loss and pollution. As well as the special rapporteur's comments above, we have declared a climate emergency, and still Eastern Bartonshire Council is planning to destroy the green space in Whitegates Park. Once the park is built on, the green space will be lost for future generations and cannot be recovered. Eastern Bartonshire Council must surely reconsider this decision and build on a brownfield site. There are examples of building schools on existing sites in Eastern Bartonshire, and they seem to have been achieved without major issues. Yours, etc., Murdoch Wilson, Lindsay. One nation. Sir, what is this about 4 nations in the UK? We are not a confederation. The UK is a unified nation, albeit with 3 devolved administrations. The former independent nations of Scotland and England were united as Great Britain, GB, in 1707, and Ireland was united with GB in 1800. Since independence from most of Ireland in 1922, Northern Ireland, Ulster, became a British province, and Wales lost its independence in 1707, becoming a British principality. 4 nations is nonsense. There is only one nation, the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. Of course, United in that title doesn't refer to Scotland and England, but to Great Britain and Ireland, an anachronism since there is no longer a Kingdom of Ireland. Yours, etc., Stuart Campbell, by email. Final whistle. Sir, I am not a great television sports fan, though I have enjoyed watching Wimbledon and the Euros. I can appreciate that it would be wrong to fail to extend viewing where there is extra time and even penalties, but I do object to waiting for my news bulletin an additional period to listen to pundits discussing the match. Come on, you sports fans. You have enjoyed the extended viewing. Please let us have our delayed news as soon as after the final whistle as possible. If the pundits' explanations are necessary, why not scrub the actual match and just listen to the explanation of the highlights and what happened and why? Yours, etc., James Watson, by email. Lost generation. Sir, the SNP and Labour claim there will be a gainful employment after they stop North Sea oil and gas production for the 100,000 currently employed in that sector, but totally fail to provide any detail. Ownership of the new green companies is also an issue that they are silent on. A report is available on the BBC News site about the commissioning of the latest offshore wind farm, Moray West, cost £2.5 billion with finance raised by a Google and Amazon owned lender. No British banks involved. The massive turbine blades are manufactured in Hull by a German-owned company, Siemens. The benefit to the UK economy of the project is only 20% of the total, and provided employment created will be the equivalent of only 6,000 people for a year. Once complete, just 70 employees will be required for maintenance work. Here's a real kicker though. Moray East and Moray West will produce enough electricity to power all homes in Scotland, but all the revenue will be flowing out of the UK to French and Portuguese companies, whose project this is. The Scottish nationalists accuse Westminster of raiding the Scottish economy. They need to wake up and smell the roses. Yours, etc., Michael Officer, by email. Kirkintilloch and Bishopbriggs Herald Reader's Charter. This newspaper is built in a tradition of accuracy and fairness, giving you the information you need to understand our world, holding power to account and exposing injustice. Our trusted brand means we're the only place where you can read it and participate in honest debates. We are committed to giving a voice to those who struggle to be heard, as well as those whose profession is crafting an argument. Our Reader's Charter spells out our commitment to you. You can read the Charter online at kirkyherald at jnscotland.co.uk. That's KIRKYHERALD @JNScotland.co.uk. Join Big Band for Piping Live. The Piping Live Big Band will run for its 7th showcase next month, and pipers of all ages and abilities are invited to take part. On Monday, August 12, more than 150 pipers and drummers will gather at Mansfield Park in Partick, ranging from young learners playing their chanters to seasoned professionals playing the pipes and drums in their retirement. Piping Live Big Band is open to anyone who plays a practice chanter, bagpipes, snare, bass or tenor drum, or is a drum major, with past events welcoming people aged 8 to 86. Players can sign up to be part of the Piping Live Big Band at www.pipinglive.co.uk. There is a £15 registration fee which covers the Big Band t-shirt and a donation to the chosen charity. After a successful first year in the West End in 2023, the West End route returns for the 2024 edition. The procession will set off at noon from Mansfield Park and make its way down Dumbarton Road and Argyle Street before culminating at the concourse outside Kelvingrove Art Gallery and Museum. Leading the parade will be Finlay MacDonald, Piping Live Artistic Director and National Piping Centre Piping Director, and Dr Andrew Bova and Dan Nevins of the National Pipe Centre's world-renowned teaching team. Finlay said, "The Piping Live Big Band Parade is one of the highlights of the festival, so we're delighted to bring the showcase back for the 7th time. It's heartwarming to see so many performers of all ages and abilities come together united by their love of music. It's always an honour to lead the parade and launch the festivities while raising money for a great cause." Since its inception in 2016, the Piping Live Big Band has worked in partnership with the chosen charity. This year, the event is supporting Glasgow-based charity Articulate Cultural Trust, which helps care experienced and marginalised groups of young people. The world's biggest piping festival, Piping Live, runs from Saturday, August 10th to Sunday, August 18th, and annually attracts 30,000 people. More information and tickets for all events are available at www.pipinglive.co.uk. That's www.pipinglive.co.uk.
Apply for a place at new vet school. Aspiring veterinary professionals can now apply for a place at Scotland's first new vet school in more than a century. Prospective students can apply now through clearing at the School of Veterinary Medicine at Scotland's Rural College, SRUC. The school intends to register its first cohort of students onto its Bachelor of Veterinary Science BVSCI degree in Aberdeen in mid-October, early November. Students who are successful following interview will be contacted directly to confirm their start date. As only the third veterinary school in Scotland and the first in over 150 years, the SRUC School of Veterinary Medicine will use innovative teaching methods to prepare students for work in the increasingly important rural mixed practice, agricultural and food sectors. To apply, visit www.sruc.ac.uk/clearing.
Good day to you, it's Philip here again, reading the church news under the district news of Kirkintilloch Herald. And just to say before I start that there's not a lot of church news this week, and it's probably going to be like that for the next month during the summer as churches have less events and less things happening. But they're still open on Sundays, and we'd love to see you there along to hear the gospel and just to enjoy singing with many of the congregations that are represented here. And I'm going first of all to Home Church, which is on Lamanure Road, Kirkintilloch. They also have a sister church in the east end of Glasgow and Carlisle, and it's a church for all ages. Be watchful, stand firm in your faith, be courageous, be strong. 1 Corinthians chapter 16, verse 13. Sunday, July the 7th, 9:30 a.m. and 11:30 a.m. Worship services followed by refreshments. A warm welcome awaits you at either service which will be identical. Home Church Carmyle is at 10 a.m. Home radio is also available every day. And on that line, I still do my radio show on a Monday night, 8 to 9. Missions Monday. Tune in if you want to hear my dulcet tones again and hear what God's doing across the world through home radio. And then back to the church. They have football on a Thursday. Most activities have finished for the summer. Check out Facebook, Instagram and church website for the latest information for Carmyle and Kirkintilloch. Moving to Bishopbriggs, St James Church in Hilton Road. The minister there is Paul Watson. And there is a communion service in the chapel on Thursday, July the 11th at 11 a.m. and on Sunday, July the 14th and at 9 a.m. the 10:30 a.m. communion service with hymns on Sunday is in the church. Everyone is welcome to come along to any of these services. Do stay on for tea and coffee and fellowship afterwards. There are also virtual services and groups for up-to-date information. Refer to their social media site. On Facebook, it's St James LS Bishopbriggs. On the website, it's stjamesbishopbriggs.org.uk. Then back to Kirkintilloch and the Church of God at Regent Hall, Regent Street. This Sunday at 11:30, a message from the Bible from Michael Johnson. A warm welcome to all. Our coffee corner is now closed for the summer break and will recommence on Wednesday, August the 21st. For up-to-date and further information on our services, visit their website, regenthall.org.uk, I believe that should be. God has given us eternal life, and this life is in his Son. He who has the Son has life, and he who does not have the Son of God does not have life. That's from 1 John chapter 5 verses 11 to 12. And then move to Bishopbriggs, Kenmure Parish Church. Our Sunday morning service starts as usual at 11 a.m. and this Sunday it will be led by Fiona McCormack. All are welcome to attend either in person or online on our YouTube channel. The service on YouTube can be watched live as it is streamed or later at a time that suits you. You can find our channel by simply searching for Kenmure Bishopbriggs on YouTube. There will be a period of fellowship following the service in the hall when teas, coffees, juice and biscuits are served. The most up-to-date details of all our groups that are currently running may be found on the What's On section of our website, kenmure-church.co.uk. To find us on Facebook, just search for Kenmure Parish Church. If you would like to join our WhatsApp group or receive the Bible studies from the ABC, then email us at kenmurechurch@icloud.com. And then we have Springfield Cambridge Church, morning worship on Sunday, it's now July. July will be conducted by the Reverend Gordon Mackenzie in the sanctuary. That's in the church at 11 a.m. An offering will be taken during the service. Please place your offering in the offering plates as they are passed around the congregation. Tea and coffee will be served in the Cameron Hall. After morning worship, come and enjoy the fellowship. The Summer Sunday School meets in Room 2, where creche facilities are also available. There will not be a live stream of our services on Sunday, July the 14th, due to the tech team taking a well-deserved holiday. A link to this can be found on the Springfield Cambridge Church website, springfieldcambridge.org.uk, and Facebook page, where up-to-date information about events and church organisations can also be found. There will not be a vestry hour on Wednesday, July the 10th. There will be a short weekly service of worship in the Springfield Chapel on Wednesday, July the 10th from 11:10 to 11:30 a.m, followed by tea, coffee in the Hall of Fellowship. The Guild is inviting the congregation to join them in supporting the food bank in Eastern Bartonshire warehouse by bringing donations and leaving them in the cupboard in the cloakroom. A list is attached to the cupboard door identifying specific items especially requested. And then we move to Kirkintilloch St Mary's Parish Church. The service on Sunday, July the 14th will begin at 11 a.m. as usual. There will be age-appropriate activities for our young people in the halls during the service. The next Open Doors Day at St Mary's will take place on Wednesday, August the 7th. Now to Torrance and Torrance Parish Church. The service in person is at 10:30 a.m, conducted by Stuart Irvin. During the service, the youngsters up to P5 head to the church hall for the Sunday Summer Club to enjoy activities and crafts. To join the service online, click www.torranceparishchurch.online.church. And then the cafe is now closed until Wednesday, August the 14th at 9 a.m. The Champions Challenge Summer Holiday Club for children in preschool nurseries, P7 to S1, will run from August the 5th to the 9th at 10 a.m. to 12 noon. To find out details, check the website www.tpc.org.uk, and would you believe it, that's all the church news for this week. Thank you for tuning in, thank you for listening, and if there's any comments you wish to make or suggestions, I would love to hear from you if you just email us or call us at Q&Review in Bishopbriggs. We'd love to hear from you, and I hope you have a good week and a good day, and hopefully your money's out to attend one of the churches represented here or any other that you enjoy going to. God bless you. Take care.
Wednesday the 10th of July. District News General. Rural and Heritage Crime Campaign. The charity Crime Stoppers, in partnership with Network Rail Scotland, is launching a new campaign encouraging people to speak up about those causing harm and damage to Scotland's countryside and heritage. The initiative comes as the international tourist season starts. Crime Stoppers is independent of the police and gives the public an alternative opinion, namely to pass on what they know about the crime whilst never giving any personal details. With many people planning trips to the countryside, the potential impact of large numbers of visitors can be devastating to the environment and harm Scotland's rural and heritage crime. Over 95% of Scotland is classed as rural, and MFU Mutual estimates that rural crime costs Scotland around £1.8 million annually, with levels reported increasing. Whilst the volume of crime in rural areas is lower than in urban locations, the consequences and impact within a rural community or environment can be much deeper, both in victims and the community as a whole. Crime Stoppers, together with Police Scotland and wider rural environmental organisations, are asking the public to spot the signs of rural crime and to give information 100% anonymously. Visit www.crimestoppers-uk.org for more information or to report a crime. That's www.crimestoppers-uk.org for more information or to report a crime. Fettes College, Edinburgh. For the first time in its 154-year history, children aged 5 will be able to join Fettes College in Edinburgh. From September 2025, it will be opening a pre-prep within its existing prep school, allowing children to join straight from nursery rather than waiting until they are 7. Parents are being invited to register their interest ahead of an announcement on the full details at the school's next open day in October. Charlie Minogue, headmaster of Fettes Prep, said, "From speaking with families, we're confident that this change is going to be popular. As well as their younger children being able to benefit from a Fettes education, they will also be able to take advantage of flexible wraparound care. At present, this is available to all day pupils in the prep school who are aged 7 to 13. We know that working parents in particular value the option to drop off as early as 7:45 a.m. and pick up as late as 7 p.m. on some days, while pupils have access to an extraordinary range of activities and can go home having already had lots of fun with their friends, enjoyed tea and completed their homework." What's on? Gamers are heading for Ingliston. Tabletop Scotland. Tabletop Scotland is being held at the Highland Hall, Royal Highland Centre over 3 days on September 6th, 7th and 8th. Tabletop Scotland is one of the UK's premier festivals of analogue gaming, allowing visitors to unplug from technology and enjoy the best in board games, card games and role-playing games. With over 120 different exhibitors, Gamers will be spoilt for choice when exploring the tabletop hobby at the Royal Highland Centre this September. Thousands of seats are available to sit down and play games, alongside events for popular games and new releases. Tabletop games are no longer reserved to those Christmas family gatherings where everyone gathered round to play the same game as last year. Browse a diverse range of games in the Tabletop Scotland Games Library, available throughout the festival, where attendees can truly expand their gaming horizons. Tens of thousands of people across the UK and beyond are enjoying tabletop games every day, with family and friends alike. Whether you're an existing hobbyist or someone completely new, you will travel the globe, play the detective, slay the dragon, search for hidden treasures, and explore new worlds all at the table. Tabletop Scotland's director, Dave Wright, said, "After spending 4 years in the Jura Centre in Perth, we all know the time to move to a larger venue was required, and moving to the convention to the Royal Highland Centre provides us with an amazing opportunity to bring the hobby of tabletop games to more people than ever before." The UK tabletop industry continues to grow, and we are delighted to have over 120 different exhibitors showcasing their tabletop games. We created Tabletop Scotland to be a focal point for the hobby in Scotland, aiming to be at the heart of gaming in Scotland by bringing together those new to the hobby with those who are already involved. Each year, we have attendees who have only recently discovered this hobby, coming to our event and having a fantastic time, as well as those more seasoned veterans who revel in their hobby for 3 days. To support those new to the hobby, we have a dedicated introductory area for new tabletop gamers to explore what's available. Tickets are available from www.tabletopscotland.co.uk/tickets. That's tabletopscotland.co.uk/tickets. Win a car in a hospice raffle. The St Andrews Hospice Summer Rival is your opportunity to win a brand new car, a Kia Punto. There are also 2 runners-up prizes of £500 and £250 up for grab. Every £1 ticket you buy will help to provide compassionate, specialist care to people living with a life-limiting illness and support for their loved ones. Enter online at www.standrewshospice.com/summer-raffle. That's www.standrewshospice.com/SUMMER-RAFFLE. Or you can buy tickets by calling the hospice's fundraising team on 01236 772 087 or from your local St Andrews Hospice shop. The summer raffle will be drawn on Friday, September the 6th. All entries must be in no later than Monday, September the 2nd. The Art of Calligraphy. Members and visitors of the Glasgow Scribes are displaying their calligraphic skills, interest and enjoyable hobby in the group's The Art and Craft of Calligraphy exhibition, July the 9th to 22nd in Cass Art, 63 to 37 Queen Street, Glasgow, G1 3EN. For more details about Glasgow Scribes and or the above, please visit www.glasgowscribes.blogspot.com. That's www.glasgowscribes.blogspot.com. Email glasgowscribes@yahoo.co.uk or text/call 07895 935 106. JJ Jinky Gilmore. Scottish singer-songwriter JJ Jinky Gilmore to play new album at Webster's in Glasgow's West End this August. Internationally acclaimed Scottish singer-songwriter JJ Gilmore is bringing the very best of his latest compilation album to fans in Glasgow's West End this summer. He will be performing at Webster Theatre on August 23rd, celebrating 25 years as a solo artist and the release of his much anticipated album, The Evolution of JJ Gilmore. JJ first tasted success as a joint frontman with Scottish band The Silencers. He has enjoyed great success touring across Scotland and is now an established solo artist with 5 albums under his belt. A naturally gifted musician, he first joined the band as a backing vocalist, though later in the band's career, JJ progressed seamlessly to join Jimmy O'Neill, sharing lead vocals. 7 action-packed years of gigging and recording followed, with the Silencers achieving gold albums and selling almost 1 million records for BMG/RCA. After the successful period with the band, JJ decided he needed to take on new challenges and embarked upon his solo career. Tickets are now on sale and available from www.skiddle.com. That's www.skiddle.com. A Mother's Revenge. Alex Kane is a writer from Glasgow who specialises in gangland crime and psychological thrillers. Her latest novel, A Mother's Revenge, will be on sale from November the 7th, paperback £9.99, ebook £3.99. The book is a gritty and fast-paced gangland thriller. Cheryl Davidson was happy with husband Leo, watching her beloved son, Dean, grow into a handsome young man, dreaming of the path his life would take, the grandchildren he would bring home. Until the day that Dean was murdered, his body dumped in an isolated scrapyard with a bullet in his head, and Cheryl's world exploded. Discovering that Dean had been mixed up in the underworld of the Glasgow crime world, and worst of all, that Leo had brought him in, means that Cheryl's sanity is hanging by a thread. Overwhelmed by grief and with no one left to trust, Cheryl plans to take deadly retribution on the family that caused her son to be killed, vowing that they should suffer her same pain. Cheryl might be up against the formidable Janie Hallahan, the woman who runs Glasgow Gangland with guns and fear, but Janie and the Hallahans might discover that a grieving mother with nothing to lose might be the most dangerous opponent of all. ... Universal Credit Switch. Scottish benefits claimants have been urged to prepare for the latest Universal Credit shake-up as notice letters arrive through letterboxes across the country. Advice Direct Scotland, which runs the national advice service advice.scot, said households should prepare for changes as the Department for Work and Pensions, DWP, switches more people to the single payment system. Universal Credit, which is gradually replacing 6 older forms of benefits and tax credits, requires people to apply at the right time or risk their payments being stopped suddenly. Under the latest phase, those currently receiving income-related employment support allowance with child tax credits will be sent a migration notice this month. Advice Direct Scotland is reminding people that the move to universal credit is not automatic, and they'll need to apply to be a deadline stated in the letter, typically within 3 months. Not applying in time will result in their payments being stopped. Anyone feeling worried or unsure about what to do can reach out for support from Advice.Scot's benefits advisors on 0808 800 9060 or through www.advice.scot. That's www.advice.scot.
The Fortune Hotel wants you. ITV is currently casting for a brand new series of The Fortune Hotel. Stephen Mangan is the host at The Fortune Hotel, where 10 pairs of contestants will have the chance to win the ultimate jackpot of £250,000. Each team will be given an all-important briefcase on arrival. One holds the cash prize, 8 are empty, and the remaining one contains the dreaded early checkout card. Whichever pair is left holding that case at the end of each show will see their stay brought to a premature and dramatic end. Contestants should be outgoing, confident and not afraid to voice their opinions. A poker face and the ability to spot a lie will also be useful. Apply at fortunehotel.tv.
Public notices. Planning notices. Eastern Bartonshire Council public notices. The Eastern Bartonshire Council, Angus Avenue, Bishopbriggs, temporary closure, Order 2024. On the 9th of July 2024, the Eastern Bartonshire Council made the above named order under Section 14(1) of the Road Traffic Regulation Act 1984 as amended, which makes it unlawful for any person to drive or cause or permit to be driven any motor vehicle, with the exception of emergency service vehicles, vehicles engaged in the works, and those vehicles requiring access to properties and land adjacent to the closed section of road when it is safe and practical to do so, on Angus Avenue, Bishopbriggs, between its junctions with Letham Drive and Tor Road, Bishopbriggs, by reason of works being executed on or near this road. This order will operate from 8 a.m. on Sunday the 21st of July until 6 p.m. on Sunday the 28th of July 2024. Alternative route. The alternative route will be by way of Angus Avenue, Wester Cleddens Road, Wester Lumloch Road, the B812 Auchnairn Road, and Woodhill Road in Bishopbriggs, and these routes will be signposted. Karen Donnelly, Chief Solicitor and Monitoring Officer, Legal and Regulatory Services, Eastern Bartonshire Council Headquarters, 12 Strathkelvin Place, Kirkintilloch, G66 1TJ. Lisa back at City. This article was written by Brian Newell and is being read by me, Corey. Scotland legend Lisa Evans is back where it all began after rejoining Glasgow City on a 3-year deal from Bristol City. Evans spent 4 years at the beginning of her career, with City winning 4 SWPL titles, 2 Scottish Cups and 2 SWPL Cups. The 32-year-old moved to German side Turbine Potsdam in 2012 and since has been capped 109 times by her country and has won league titles with both Bayern Munich and Arsenal. Evans, who can play in a variety of positions, moved to WSL side West Ham United in 2022, before spending last season at newly promoted Bristol. She said, "I'm absolutely buzzing. It's been a while and I know things have changed massively with the club, but I'm really excited to be back. Having started my journey in professional football with Glasgow City, it was always something that I wanted to do, to come back and be part of it all again. I wanted to give back to the club everything that they had done for me. I had a great playing career in Germany and down south, and I felt like I owed it in some way to come back and to help Glasgow City get success again." City head coach Leanne Ross added, "We're all excited to welcome Lisa back home to Glasgow City. A product of our youth academy, Lisa played her way into the first team and soon became a fan's favourite with her pacey, energetic attacking style of play and ability to create and score goals. Having forged a successful career in the Frauen-Bundesliga, WSL and on the international stage, Lisa returns to City still a top talent, but also with a wealth of experience. With the ability to play full back, wing back or winger, Lisa's quality, experience and versatility will be a major asset to the team for the season ahead. I'm delighted Lisa has chosen to return to Glasgow City. I can't wait to work with her once again and see the positive influence she can have in our players and environment." Evans is one of a number of new signings City has made over the past week, as the club ramps up its preparations for the new season. Attacking midfielder Katie Lockwood joins from Hearts. American forward Remi Noel arrives from Icelandic side FH Hafnarfjordur. That's HAFNARFJORDUR. Striker Noel Kozlova has been recruited from FK Volskala Poltava. Lockwood was named in the 2023-2024 PFA Scotland SWPL Team of the Season. She arrived in 2022 to sign for Hibernian before making the switch to their City rivals, having previously had spells at Orebro in Sweden and Apollon in Cyprus. Noel came through at top NCAA Division 1 college side LSU in her home state of Louisiana, where she amassed 96 appearances in 5 years before heading to Iceland. 35 times capped Kozlova, who celebrated her birthday on Monday, won a league and cup double in her homeland last season, scoring 23 goals in 24 games along the way, having previously won 2 Danish titles at HB Kog. City head coach Leanne Ross said, "Katie's goal-scoring record is excellent for an attacking midfielder, and is something I hope she will continue to deliver and improve during her time at the club. With her knowledge and experience of the league, I have no doubt Katie will adapt quickly to her new teammates and surroundings. Rami's pace, athleticism, and dribbling skills make her a dangerous attacking threat from wide areas. Her willingness to take on and beat players 1v1 and provide good quality crosses for shots off either foot will be a great addition for our attacking play." Although still early in her professional career, it is clear Nicole has the drive and mentality to succeed. She is an intelligent footballer. Her awareness, movement and technical proficiency with both feet mean she can score all different types of goals. Erin Clackers has signed a new contract extension to keep her at the club until at least 2027, with the 25-year-old goalkeeper being sent on loan to Hibs in a bid to get more first-team minutes. Lauren Davidson has signed for SK Brann in Norway, having scored 77 goals in 135 appearances during her 4 years in Springburn. Davidson said, "For my debut in 2020 to scoring the 92nd minute league winner at Ibrox, everything in between and everything since, it's been a roller coaster, but a time I'll never forget." That article was written by Brian Yule, and it was read by me, Corey. Every meeting will now be a cup final for Tigers. This article was written by Phil Lanning and is being read by me, Corey. Glasgow Tigers boss Cammy Brown says his side needs to treat every meeting like a cup final to retain the championship title. Tigers headed to Scunthorpe on Friday, seeking to boost their playoff hopes after moving up to 5th with their biggest win of the season over Plymouth Gladiators. However, they would slip back down to 6th, albeit with matches in hand, as they lost 55-35 to the Scorpions. Tigers lost big hitter Steve Worrell due to illness just 3 hours before defeat at the Eddie Wright Raceway. Only Chris Harris with 15 points, along with Leon Flint and Ace Pitchper, carried the fight for the away side. Brown said, "The boys gave it 110%. I'm pleased with their effort. We were always going to be up against it without Steve. I hate losing, and I'm looking forward to getting Scunthorpe back at our place on a nice smooth track and seeing if they can cope with that. I think with Steve and the team, we would have pushed Scunthorpe all the way. It's ifs and buts. Steve's not in the team. Scunthorpe have won, no complaints. After a low-key start, Flint delivered an excellent 10 points, while Pitchper produced his best performance of the season with paid 7. Flint said, "It's a frustrating place, because if you're not dialed in on the setup, it can be a long night. After my first 2 rides, I had to do something drastic. I just about changed everything I possibly could and got a bit of fresh air and felt pretty good on the bike. Obviously we struggled a lot without Stevie, but we've got to take the positives. Ace has been great. His confidence has really been down lately, and he was tussling with Scunthorpe's best. Tigers now have a short break before they return to action on July 19th, when the Scorpions make the trip to Ashfield. Brown was clear about the importance of every match, stating, "We need to treat every meeting now like a cup final. Every tie now is difficult in my mind. We need to stay unbeaten at home and pick up more away to get into the top 4. That's for sure." After returning to Ashfield on July 19th, then it's properly the business end of the season, and we have to push on. That article was written by Phil Lanning, and it was read by me, Corey.
That concludes this week's edition of the Kirkintilloch Herald podcast. Please remember to subscribe to our channels at Tune Review and to tell your friends about our service.